Everyone, welcome back to the second part of the Pitta Dosha. In the first video, we have discussed about the Nirukti, location, functions, and other features, and now we'll be continuing with mainly the subtypes of the Pitta, that is, its 5 subtypes. So let's get started. Firstly, we'll be starting with the Ranjak Pitta. Acharya Bhagavad in Ashtanga Hridaya Sutrasthan have mentioned that Amashaya Ashrayang Pittang Ranjakang Rasa Ranjanat. Now, what is the meaning of this verse? Firstly, the first word, that is the Amashaya Ashrayang. It has Sandhi here, that is the Amashaya is one word, another one is the Ashray. Now, what does it means? It means that the Amashaya is giving Ashray to whom? To Pitta. Thus, the location of Ranjak Pitta is in Amashaya. And in the verse, it is been continued like that. Pittang Ranjaka Rasa Ranjanat. That means it Ranjaka Rasa Ranjanat. It provides color. Provides color to the Ras Dhatu. That is why Ranjanat means actually to stain or to provide color. That in short, it is giving coloring. And what kind of color? Red color, or to stain the Ras Dhatu. And so this located in Amashaya is actually its location, and this the property or the ability to give color to Ras Dhatu is its functions. In another opinion by Acharya Sushruta in Shutrasthan have mentioned that Yat tu yakrita plihoho pittang tasmina ranjako agniri iti sangya sa rasasya raga krituktaha. So what does it mean? Firstly, yattu yakrit pliho. It means that the pittang tasmina. The here Acharya Sushruta is trying to explain that the site of this Ranjak Pit is in Yakrit and Pliha. So the location according to this verse of Ranjak Pitta will be Yakrit and Pliha, and Yakrit means liver and Pliha is spleen according to Ayurveda. Wherever Acharya Bhagavad have considered Amashaya to be the site of Ranjak Pitta. So this is difference among their opinions. And rest Pittang Tasmina Ranjako Agnira iti Sangya sa Rasasya Raga Kritugdaha. So in short, it is basically saying the same, that it is providing color or it is staining the Ras Dhatu into red or Rakta Dhatu. Again, Acharya Charak in Chikitsastan 15th chapter have mentioned that Tejo Rasanang Sarveshang Manujana Yad Uchyate Pitta Ushmanah Sa Ragena Rasa Raktatvam Richati. So this verse is stating that Tejo Rasanang Sarveshang Manujanang Yadu Uchyate Pitta Ushmana, due to the heat of the Pitta. And what kind of Pitta? This Pitta here is referring to as Ranjak Pitta. Due to the heat of the Pitta generated, this Ras Dhatu, by the virtue of its Rag, is converted into Rakta Dhatu among all the individual. So this is nothing but actually the function of the Ranjak Pitta have been explained here. Thus we have done with the Ranjak Pitta. Next, let's study the Sadhak Pitta. So Acharya Bhagavad in Ashtanga Hridaya Sutrasthan have mentioned that Buddhi Medha Abhimana Dher Abhipritartha Sadhanat Sadhakang Hridagatang Pittam. So what does this verse says? It says that Buddhi, that means intelligence, Medha, that means memory and intellect. Actually, it will be memory, actually, the memory power or the intellect, not intelligence, it will be intellect, sorry, and the abhiman, that is the self-esteemed, and the abhimana, the abhipritartha sadhanat. Abhipritartha sadhanat means to achieve the desired or wish things. That means you are wishing or want or desiring something and you have achieved it. This feeling or this is actually the main function of Sadhak Pitta. And however, in the last part, that is Sadhakang Hridagatang Pitta. Here Acharya Bhagavad is saying that Hridaya is the sthana or the location of Sadhak Pitta. So we have completed the functions and locations of Sadhak Pitta according to Acharya Bhagavad. Now let's see what Acharya Charak adds. He have said that Prabha Prasado Medacha Pitta Karma Avikaracham. That means the prabha, which means complexion or luster or radiance, and prasada means happiness or pleasure. Medha means to promote intellect. These are actually the main functions of Ranjak Pitta or Pitta, and however he is mentioning the term Pitta Karma Avikarajam. There is Sandhi here, Pitta Karma and Avikarajam. What does this word actually mean? That these are the functions of Ranjak Pitta in its normal state and not vitiated state. Avikarajam means in normal state. Again, Acharya Charak also mentioned in Sutrasan that Shauryang Bhayang Krodhang Harshang Mohang Prasada Mityav Eva Ma Adini Cha Aprani Dvandan Iti. So, he is saying or stating about the various other functions of the Sadhak Pitta, which are firstly the Shaurya means valor or courage or bravery. Next, Bhaya means to develop a fear complex or one who is fearing. Krodhan means to promote anger. Harsha means exhilaration or actually any kind of happiness. Moha means delusion. And prasada actually means pleasure or happiness. Prasada means ityam eva adini cha aparani dvandana iti. So these are the functions of sadhak pitta. Next, let's talk about the alachak pitta. So if we look into the various references of various scholars, then firstly Acharya Sushrut have mentioned in Shutrasthan that yad dushtayang pittang tasmina alochako agnira iti sangya sa rupa grahana adhikritah. Again Acharya Vagbhat in Astangharida Shutrasthan is mentioning that rupa alochanatah smritam drikastam alochakam. And again Acharya Charak in Shutrasthan is stating that darshanam and at last pitta karma avikarajam. Now all the three acharyas are opining a similar or concluding a very similar concept through this. Firstly, the location of alachak pitta is in eyes. Now how it is stating that? Firstly, yad dushtayang pittang tasmina alochak agnire iti sangyasa rupa grahana adhikrita. Here drishtiyang, yad drishtiyang, so means drishtiyang means eyes, so the site of or the location of alachak pitta is in eyes. And again in the Ashtanga Hridaya slok drikastam, so again it means eyes. And darshanam pitta karma avikar, this is actually stating the function. So Acharya Vagbhat and Acharya Sureshut and even Acharya Charak itself have clearly mentioned about the location of alachak pitta, which is eyes or drishti. And however, the main function is in Sushruta have mentioned tasmina alochak agnira iti sangyaha sa rupa grahana adhikrit. So rupa grahan is the main function of alochak pitta. These have been stated by Acharya Sushrut. It is an important thing, the term rupa grahan. And rupa alochanatah smritam, it means rupa alochanat, to it, with the factor which is responsible to gather roop or which helps to see the roop or is responsible for the roop is nothing but the alochak pitta. And darshan means any kind, how you are seeing or the mechanism of seeing the action is responsible or have been performed by alochak pitta. So these were the location and functions of the alochak pitta. Next, coming to bhrajak pitta. Firstly, if we look into the commentary by Acharya Chakrapani, then he have mentioned that Ushmano matra matratvang varna bhedo cha tvaggatasya bhrajakasya. So, Ushmano matra tattva varna bhedo cha tvag. It means skin. Here there is a sandhi here, there is a tvag and gatasya, so it is located in skin. Tvag means skin or can be correlated with skin. So, the location of Bhrajak Pitta is in skin. And Ushmano Matra Matratang Varna Bhedo. Ushmana means is actually responsible for the maintaining the or regulation of the body heat Ushmano. And Matra Amatratvam Varna Bhedo, and variations. Matra Amatratvam means the variations Varna Bhedo in color and complexion of the body. So this is the main function of Bhrajak Pitta according to Acharya Chakrapani. However, Acharya Sushruta have mentioned in Shutrasthan that Yattu Tvachi Pitte Tasmin Bhrajako Agnira iti Sangya. So Abhyanga Parishek Avagaha Lepadinang Kriya Dravyanang Pakta Chayanang Sa Prakashakaha. Now, what does this big verse mean? So, let's go into the Sandhi Vichhed. Yatu tvachi pitte. Here, tvachi means the tvach or tvacha, which means skin. So, Acharya Sushrut is mentioning that the tvacha or skin or tvach is the site of the Bhrajak Pit. Tasmin Bhrajako Agnira iti Sangya. It means that it is increasing the Agni, and by increasing the Agni, it is also increasing the digestion and utilization or the metabolism of Sangya. So, Abhyanga Parishik Avagaho Lepadinan. It is a very big word. Let's go into the Sandhi. Firstly, Sa Abhyanga. Now, Abhyanga means any kind of massages. Parishek Avagaho. Now, what are actually Parishek and Avagaho? So, in Charak Samhita, 13th chapter, which is the Swedan Adhyay, you will be getting various methods of Swed. So, and this Parishek and Avagaho are one of the category of the Swed. Actually, Swedan therapy means where heat or steam is given in order to liquefy the dosha. So, Parishek and Avagaho are one of the method to do them. We will be discussing those topic later when we will be doing those chapters. And lep means any kind of paste applying or ointment that has been applied to the skin. Hadinan. So, what is the Kriyat Dravyanang Pakta Sharanang Cha Prakashakam? It means that it is increasing the Agni and digestion and utilization capacity of the Bhrajak Pitta, as a result of which it will increase the efficiency or the use of Abhyanga, Parishek, Avagaha, Lep, and other various substances. As a result, and if it does so, what will be the reaction or the outcomes? Definitely, the Abhyanga, Parishek, and Avagaha will be more helpful, or their actions will be more intensified by the role of Bhrajak Pitta. And Shayana cha Prakashakaha, that means it creates glow or enhances the natural complexion. So these are the functions of Bhrajak Pitta according to Acharya Sushrut. However, Aruna Datta's commentary on Astanga Hridaya Shutrasthan, 12th chapter, he has said one important thing, that it performs a Pachan and Dipan. Definitely, that we have just studied now. That is the Bhrajako Agnira iti Sangya. It increases the Agni, and by increasing the Agni, it is also increasing the Pachan and Dipan of substances used for Abhyanga, Lep, Parishik, etc. So the same thing has been explained by even Aruna Datta's commentary as well. So we have completed the location and function of Bhrajak Pitta. Sorry. Now we'll be finally covering the last, that is the Pachak Pitta. So, Acharya Bhagavad in Astanga Hridaya Shutrasthan 11th chapter have mentioned that Tatra Pakwama Amashaya Madhyagam Pancha Bhutatmakatve. Then Pachatya Annam Vibhajate Sara Kitto Prithak Tatha Tatrastha Meva Pittanang Shoshanama Pya Anugraham Kadoti Baladanena Pachakam Nama Tat Smritam. What does this big verse mean? Let's study each of the individual words in detail. Firstly, Tatra Pakwama Amashaya Madhyagam. So it is saying nothing but the identifying the location of the Pachak Pitta, that is between the Pakwashaya and Amashaya Madhya. Means in the Madhya or between the Pakwashaya and the Amashaya. Now the Pakwashaya and Amashaya can be correlated, like it can be thought of that the Pakwashaya is a large intestine and Amashaya is the small intestine. So in the region between the large intestine and small intestine is the site of or location of Pachak Pitta. It is a location. And Pancha Bhutatmakatve, that means it is composed of all the Pancha Mahabhut. And worth mentioning that among all the Pancha Mahabhutas, the most dominant or the Pancha Mahabhut that is mostly found is Agni, or the Agni is the most dominant in Pachak Pitta. Now, if we come into the second line, that is Pachatya Annam Vibhajate, this entire verse is stating about the functions of Pachak Pitta. So let's study what are those. Pachatya Annam means there is a sandhi, that is the Pachate Annam. Pachate means to digest and Annam means food. That means it helps to digest the food. Vibhajate Sara Kitta Prithak Tatha. Vibhajate Sara Kitta Prithak Tatha. It means, as we all know, that when a particular food is digested, it gets separated into Sar Bhag and Kitta Bhag. Now, Sar Bhag is the essence of the food or the good part or the nutrient portion of the food, whereas Kitta is the waste material or the metabolic waste or the remains of the food, and the Sara part or the Sar part is absorbed by the body and the Kit part is thrown or eliminated out of the body. And this mechanism to separate the Sar and Kit bhag from the Anna or food is done by the Pachak Pitta. That is why Vibhajate Sara Kit Prithak Tatha. Next, Tatrasyam eva pittanam shosha nama apyona graham karoti baladanena pachaka nama tatsmitam. This is a very important thing because this line is saying that the Pachak Pitta bestows strength or increases the function to other Pitta, that is the Brajak Pitta, Alochak Pitta, Sadhat Pitta and Ranjak Pitta, and is the most dominant among all or is the most superior among all, or in short we can say that it is bestowing strength to the other four types of the Pitta. So thus we have completed the Pitta Dosh in detail and have covered all the aspects and points as prescribed by the NCISM. Again, I am mentioning that Pitta Dosh is not something that you will always think that it is only related to digestion. Definitely, Pachak Pitta is related to digestion, but if we see into the other Pitta, that is the Ranjak Pitta, if we see into the Ranjak Pitta, then we can think like that since it is giving color, so the term hemoglobin actually comes into the mind. But again, if we think of it as hemoglobin, then when we look into the function of Sadhak Pitta, then how can something which is hemoglobin is providing memory and intelligence, then achieve the desired or wish things. So, and moreover, it is saying that it is located in hriday or in the cardiac region. So, hemoglobin does not stays in the cardiac region. So, what can it be? So, so is it some kind of hormone? And again, the question arises, if it is any kind of hormonal or endocrine factor, then the Alochak Pitta, it is located in the eyes and is helpful for drishti or vision or rupagrahan. Then how come a hormone is being located in eyes and is helpful in the vision? So is this any kind of rod and consoles? Rod and consoles. Thus, the question, and in Bhajak Pitta, the it has been stated that it is located in skin. So it is any kind of melanin pigmentation, or in the reference of Pachak Pitta, we can understand that it is any kind of enzymes. Thus, the Pitta is a very broad concept and is having multiple forms. We cannot directly correlate the Ayurveda topics with the modern. We can definitely think of that, but again, 1 plus 1 is never equals 2. That is why be it any dosh, Vat, Pitta, Kapha or any other concept in Ayurveda, it should not be directly correlated with the modern, because it simply correlating or forceful correlating will not lead to any kind of concepts, and rather it will weak your concepts. That is why we need to study by keeping our mind open and in a more broader way. Thus, thank you, and if you have any query, do let me down in the comment section below. Thank you.